Body bags were horror lies.
Now take my bitch. She won't complain about shit cause she's my hoe. She don't belong to a trick, so when you fuck her and give her all your cash, I get paid. I put my foot in her ass, I won't marry the bitch. And give her half, I get mohead. And then I laugh at that one bitch shit. I got a gang of hoes, I get freak ass lick these balls and toes.
Now stupid little bitches get tossed if they don't realize that I'm the motherfucking boss. Come on down and get your ass pinched. And if you talk shit, get your ass lynched. Cause I'm the B, the I, the T, the C, the H, the K, the I, the L, the L, the A, Sean B. A boy that's bigger than a nut. Cause a bitch is a bitch, is a hoe, is a slut.
You say, how can I call a woman a bitch? It ain't nothing but a word like shit. Ain't no slipping in my motherfucking pimpin'. And all bitches ain't women, yo. You come home and get smooth cussed out. You got a bitch with a foul ass mouth.
Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to week 95 here on Body Bags. I am your host Moodz616, and thank you once again for stopping in, guys. Yeah, Body Bags week 95 is here, and this week it is Killer Game Week, and that is basically films that have something to do with a game, or a game is being played in the type of film. Kind of a cool theme, actually. Kind of cool. For the film I chose this week is from 2009. This was part of the After Dark Horror Fest, the fourth volume, which actually, was ultimately the last one that they did, actually. Directed by Chris Moore. Now, this is his first feature-length film that he's actually directed. I know he did a documentary after too. He's mostly known as a producer. He produced like Feast 2 and 3. I believe he did Joyride, Good Will Hunting, like a lot of pretty well-known films. Yeah, this one's from the After Dark Horror Fest 4, and it is called Kill Theory. Yeah, pretty cool there. Getting into the plot of this one, it basically centers around your 7 main characters. They are basically graduating college, so they go out to Buddy's dad's really, really rich, huge house on this lake, in the secluded lake, to basically celebrate their forthcoming graduation from college. And basically upon there, they're doing all the typical type things, they're celebrating, they're drinking, having a good time. And then all of a sudden, somebody winds up dead. And now they are basically pitted against each other in a survival game. See, now what the killer has done, he's given them basically 3 hours throughout the night to kill or be killed. Now the idea of this is by 6 o'clock, if there's one person living, that person gets to walk away. If there's more than one person living by 6 a.m. in the morning, everybody dies. So that is basically the premise, and now it's just a fight for survival, and of course, kill or be killed. So that is the main premise to your film right there. Now, I know what you're thinking, no, not the most original idea in the world. I believe these type of things have been done many times over, but this film is actually kind of enjoyable, there's a lot of characters in this one. There's 7 main college characters. There's also Buddy's stepsister in the film, so there's like 8. Quite a few people in this one, and not really any like super annoying characters. Now, there's a lot of cliche characters. You have like the relationship issues. You've got the fat guy. You got like the token ethnic guy. You have all those type of characters. But to be honest, the characters in this film are actually they seem real. They seem real with real problems, and it's kind of nice to have that, and it works for the film, because really at this point, this movie is all about characters, and if you don't like them and they start dying off, nobody really gives a shit, right? But yeah, the characters actually not too bad in this film. I have to say it's like the premise isn't overly like I said that original. It's not that original, but I think this one is executed quite well. I really do find that whole idea of pitting you against your friends in a battle of survival is like the ultimate thing to do, really, because you don't want to hurt these people that you care about and love. I think it's a hard situation to be in, and it's a type of idea that's hard to execute well. I think they did it pretty well. There's times in this film where it does drag a little bit, but it's also needed a little bit, because you need that character development with the backstories and the things that are creating the drama and the conflict between the characters, that are ultimately probably going to kill each other. So, it does work. It's got some pretty decent paced scenes and stuff. The gore in this, not bad. All practical, which I do respect. It's all practical. And there's some nasty scenes, man. There is actually a couple really nasty scenes in this one. But yeah, big ups to all the practical effects. The acting overall in the film is quite solid, actually. There's some pretty intense scenes, which really kind of adds to it, too. This is the type of film, though, if you have really bad acting, bad dialogue and stuff, that could really damage the overall effect and feel of the film, because it is also character-driven. But yeah, not a bad, the acting overall is not too bad. Like I said, the atmosphere in this film is actually kind of cool because like it's set all between like 3 a.m. and 6, and it's got that kind of like dusk feel to it. I really like the feel of the film. And another thing I will state is that this one actually has a pretty satisfying ending. I do like what the whole idea of the film comes down to. They kind of give you a brief little backstory in the beginning of the film, which I won't give away, and also I won't give away the end of the film also, but I will say it's actually quite satisfying, to say the least, which is interesting because a film like this can be completely ruined by a lot of things. Like I said, bad acting, really bad character development, and a really shitty ending can really hurt it, but I think this movie doesn't have any, it actually executes all those things quite well. And I do recommend Kill Theory. I think it's actually a pretty fun film. This is the second time I watched it. I talked about this film on my own channel a few years back, when I reviewed all the After Dark Horror Fest films. So I was really curious to revisit this, and it's actually worth the watch again. It's satisfying, and there's really nothing wrong with it. So, but yeah, Kill Theory, if it sounds up your alley, definitely give it a shot. And if I had to rate this one, I give it a solid 7 out of 10. It's nothing spectacular. It's not bad at all. It's definitely above average, but it's surprising. And the best thing about it, like I said, is that it's actually satisfying. So, Kill Theory, if it interests you, 2009, give it a shot. And yeah, so that's gonna do it for week 95 here on Body Bags. Be back next week in week 96. Hope to see you then. Peace out, homies.